lecture. So first of all, algorithms. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a finite set of instructions which, if followed, accomplish a particular task. In addition, every algorithm must satisfy the following criteria. First of all, input. There are zero or more quantities which are externally supplied. So, which are externally supplied, that is called input. That may be zero or more quantities. Now, number two, output. At least one quantity is produced. That is, if a program is running and a black screen appeared, then it is also an output. That's why we are saying at least one quantity is produced. Number three, definiteness. Each instruction must be clear and unambiguous. That is, if each and every instruction in an algorithm must be clear to understand. And finiteness, if we trace out the instructions of an algorithm, then for all cases the algorithm will terminate after a finite number of steps. That is, no infinity or no end is not possible in an algorithm. And finally, effectiveness. Every instruction must be sufficiently basic that it can in principle be carried out by a person using only pencil and paper. It is not enough that each operation be definite as in state in point 3 definiteness, but it must also be feasible. So in pencil and paper means that many times it is called as dry run. Every algorithm must be eligible for dry run to analysis or the steps of the algorithm and the outcomes of the algorithm. So this is the basics of an algorithm definition, and it is very important for our next classes and for these total subjects. Now, different approaches of designing an algorithm. Generally, there are two types of designing an algorithm. One may be top-down approach and another is bottom-up. Now, when a big a big task, a long task is appeared, then the designer can break it many subtasks. Okay, then each subtask is similarly decomposed until all tasks expressed within a programming language. So a big task is broken into some similar subtasks. Then any if possible more decomposition it is done. That's why it is called top down approach. And inversely, the designer might choose to solve different parts of the problem directly in his programming language and then combine these pieces into a complete program. This is referred to as bottom-up approach. Now, complexity. Algorithms can be evaluated by a variety of criteria. Most often it is measured with respect to the rate of growth of time or space required to solve larger and larger instances. That is, size of the problem is known as input size. That means when an algorithm is written, then always uh, it is thought that it can solve a larger size of problem, that is a large input size. So As example, suppose a sorting algorithm is written. Now the sort means, suppose there is n number of element to be sorted, then n may be 100 numbers, n may be 1000 numbers, n may be 1 lakh numbers. How many numbers, or how large input can be uh, can be um, solved by an algorithm. Okay, and the time, these measure, suppose two algorithm is performing same task, then which one will be effective one, then it can be measured by their complexity, that is how much time or space they are taking to solve the same problem. The time needed by an algorithm expressed as a function of the size of a problem is called time complexity, and space complexity is a measure of the amount of working storage an algorithm needs. So generally two types of complexities are there, main time complexity and another is space complexity. Now to put this simpler, complexity is a rough approximation of the number of steps necessary to execute an algorithm. Okay, minimum number of steps required to solve or execute an algorithm also can be considered as its complexity. The execution speed of a program is totally depends on the complexity of the algorithm which is executed. If this complexity is low, the program will execute fast even for a big number of elements. This number of elements denotes the input size. Okay, and if the complexity is high, the program will execute slowly or will not even work for a big number of elements. Therefore, you can understand that complexity, how much important term is this. A written algorithm can be measured by this complexity, and depending on this complexity, a algorithm can be judged that it is working or not, everything else, and its execution speed also. Now the measurement of complexity. Generally complexity is measured in three categories, like best, worst and average case. Best means, here is a simple example. Mm, let's see that. Suppose we are searching, we want to search a key value or a number from all the elements in an array. In the best case, we will have luck that we will find this element at the first position from where we are starting to search, then it is called as best case. And in the average case, we can expect to check half the elements in the array until we find we are looking for. Hence, in the worst case, the complexity is order of n. This is a big O notation and termed as order of n. It is linear. Order of n is linear, or now it is the worst case. In the average case complexity, that is order of n by 2, since we are looking for only half of the array, So if our size is capital N, then obviously in case of average complexity it is termed as n by 2, but it is equivalent with order of n. Since therefore the average case also linear, because in case of complexity these constants does not take into any account. So n by 2 or 2n is everything is equivalent with order of n. But in the best case we have constant complexity because order of 1, because we make only one step directly find the element. So now if uh, we are uh, taking the complexity of an algorithm, then there may be three kind of complexity: best, worst and average. Now best case, that our just best position in our uh, array is the element, then it is the best case. And the worst case, suppose the element is in the last position, we search all the array and finally we get our value, then we have to must traverse the all n elements. That's why worst case complexity order of n. Now big O notation. This big O notation actually denotes the worst case complexity, since the limiting behavior, okay, the limiting behavior of the complexity as size increases is called asymptotic time complexity. And it can be written like that: if a function gn is said to be of order of fn, is there exists a constant such that gn is less or equal to with c fn for all but finite set of non-negative values of n. So big O notation allows us to calculate worst possible runtime of an algorithm, or how long it takes the algorithm to complete. And here is a uh, graph to explain this big O notation. So it is this x-axis is for input size and this y-axis for time. Now suppose an algorithm is every time results with constant time. In case of best, in case of worst. Actually, if in case of worst case complexity also one algorithm results with a constant value, then it can be said its complexity is order of 1 or order of constant value. Look, this green line is showing that this algorithm is of constant time complexity. Now this is the logarithmic n and linear. This is the linear, that if input size increases, time increases, input size increases, time increases. So it's a linear complexity of an algorithm which results with similar growth with the time and with respect to input size. But in case of constant time, you provide any size of input, no it doesn't affect any time of the execution for that algorithm. And if suppose an algorithm have the complexity order of n square, that is you have two input, and for this the time will be square root increasing for the next slice of input. So If input size increases by 2, and it will be increased by to the power 8. Now finally, why algorithm analysis? What is algorithm analysis? Summary is there, like algorithm analysis is an important part of computational complexity theory. It provides theoretical estimation for the required resources of an algorithm to solve a specific computational problem. And most algorithms are designed to work with inputs of arbitrary length. Okay, and finally, analysis of algorithms is the determination of the amount of time and space resources required to execute it.